Alrighty, I'm parked in front of my house. Do a check-in. So this week has been like good, but it's been very challenging. As you guys know, hi, my name is Alexa. I had a miscarriage. And I'm still mourning, of course, and that's okay. And I've been told by many now that I'm probably never, ever gonna stop mourning or get over it, and that's fine. It's just been so challenging because, like, I'm really sensitive, and lately my moods have been like just sensitive, and I do have like a tattoo idea, so I'm really excited to get that done. Very excited. You know, that day, like, oh man. I like drove myself to the hospital, and like they gave me like so many medications like in the IV, and it was like so traumatizing. And like I'm in a city, like I don't have family here. I'm from Fresno. Like I couldn't just call my mom or my dad for them to come, or I couldn't call like my friends over there, you know, because I don't live there no more. And you know, there is people here too. It's just I couldn't like call my mom and tell her like, Mom, can you come? Or Mom, I need you, you know. And like, oh gosh, I'm trying not to cry right now, because I've cried a lot. It's just like, I don't know, like, and I'm not gonna say names or who, but I did like hear a lot of negative comments, you know, that I'll sometimes go back and read like the text, and the one that hurt the most was like when they said, it's your fault, it's karma, you know, you're why your son died, you know. And it's just like, I remember being in the bathroom, and like when he came out, I like broke into freaking pieces because I couldn't save him. I couldn't, you know, I was 4 months pregnant, you know, he was 16 weeks old gestation. So it's just, there's a lot of things that like go through my mind, and it just like hurts still. And like for a while I was like blaming myself because of all the negative things I was hearing, the negative parts. And it just like, it hurts, and it still hurts now. But yeah, when I went to the hospital, the only person that I let come was my friend Kate, and she gave me like the longest hug, and they let me wrap up Brandon Jr. in a receiving blanket, because like I said, his body was like completely visible to head to toe. You could see his toes, his ribs. I honestly could see like everything. His nose, like his fingertips, everything. Like, but yeah, literally each little rib, like everything. And but yeah, I got to hold him and stuff. And after my friend Kate left, I was tired, and I was worn out, and not even that, but like I said, they had put me on like a bunch of medications, and then they couldn't get like the rest of the placenta wouldn't just come out, so they had to give me another medication to like reverse it and put me back into like labor, where I was feeling the labor pains to push, and she had to like go in there and like pull it out, and it just, oh my gosh, I was screaming at the top of my lungs. Like, it was just so traumatizing, and oh my goodness. Yeah, like I'm still going through it, and it's not easy, you know. I don't know. Oh, I don't know how much longer it's gonna last. I have no idea. But like, you know, if you're going through something, like, it's okay to reach out, you know. It's okay. And it's okay to cry. It's okay to be upset. It's fine, you know. And some people are going to be against you, but don't forget that there's people that are there for you too, you know. Even if it's just like on the phone. You know, it's okay. Some things are really hard. Yeah. Um, Other than that, school's been going good. I finally like figured out like a schedule to make sure I'm keeping up with like especially my math homework, and work has been going fine. Still like working on my relationship and those things. Ronald is walking a little more, which is good. He still likes to crawl, but he's like walking and like here and there. And I also found, so when I got sober the first time, which was like in 2018 when I was living in Madera around that time-ish, my dad had to like leave the house in Chowchilla, and I had found like a prayer book and a Bible that I had like borrowed and took with me, and I used the heck out of that prayer book, and I was reading the heck out of that Bible like nonstop. And during that time, I want to say that was like the closest, from what I remember, that I've ever been to God, because growing up, I was raised knowing who God is, what church is, and I was raised with this, so it's nothing new or unknown to me at all. Just like a lot of experiences I've been through, because I've been through a lot, it's, you know, that's where I am at in life. But anyways, I found the prayer book, and then I found the Bible too just recently, because I've been trying to replace it and give it to my dad, because his, like, it's falling apart. I think in one of my very old TikToks, when I first came out here, I think I have it posted on there, and I just had it in a Bible like purse thing, like covered to keep safe. But I found it, and so I ordered it, and so now I'm waiting for it to get here. But yeah, that prayer book got me through a lot. And what I would do is I would pray before I read the scripture and pray after. And it did a lot for me, like a lot. And I've been like chasing that relationship with God again for like a while, like just to get back there. Because like I said, I was raised knowing who God is. I do know right from wrong. And like for me, that's why, like, how do I say it? For me personally, and I'll just like say an example. I was going, so back in that time too, in 2018, the first time I got sober, and this is how I've always thought since for a long time, I think since I was like a teen too. But anyways, I was going to the behavioral health meetings, and then I would talk to a therapist once a week, like at the behavioral health in Madera. And I would hear like other, you know, people's stories and like where they're at with their sobriety and what they're going through and what they're trying to handle and stuff. And I remember the one who was running it, she was saying something like, oh, it's in your genetics, and you know, just giving me information, and I totally understood that. But for me, like, it's not a mistake. To me, a mistake when it comes to like choices. Like, you can't predict a car accident. Like, if someone's gonna hit you, it happens. That, I get that. I'm saying like your choices and words and actions. For me, I had been using since like middle school, so it was no longer a mistake because I already knew what was gonna happen, like the consequences. So, and because I knew the consequences, I still chose to do what I chose to do. So it's a choice. It's no longer a mistake anymore. So, just growing up, that's always something that I lived by and made sense to me, because I'm making my own choices, you know, and I'm doing what I'm doing, and there's consequences to everything, whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, there's consequences to everything. So that was something, especially my sobriety, that I most definitely like held strong to. And right now I'm at a season in my life right now where, and for a while, where I'm not learning anything new right now. I am just being reminded, like there's a lot of reminders, because before I got to slow, I was already grown where I already was and who I am. And there's been times where I backslid to old habits, and that drives me nuts. So I'm trying to like push myself forward so that I don't go back to that person again. And I'm not saying on drugs, because right now I'm not worried about going to get high. Like, I'm not worried about that. It's just who I am as a person. So, you know, there's just been so much that's gone on the last few years, especially with my relationship, which took a huge toll. But I'm trying to get back to where me, you know,